Okay, I think we are live now. So just a quick audio check. So Violet, am I audible and is my
Yes,
voice clear?
yes, I can hear you properly.
Awesome, awesome. Your voice is also clear. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to the new episode. I'm Sunil Kumar Das. Welcoming you all to the new episode of the Sunil Kumar Das Show. It's Sunil Show. On this podcast, we dive into the exciting world of IT and project management. We discuss project management, product development, business analysis, and all the trending technologies that we have in the market. We cover it all. Subscribe us on the YouTube channel on the Sunil Show for to receive all the recent knowledge and inspiration which will help you to propel your career forward. So today I'm excited to welcome our guest Violeta to the show. So Violeta, it's a great pleasure to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much, Sunil, for having me. And hi, everyone.
So how are you doing today? All good?
Yes, everything is fine. It's Saturday morning, so I'm super excited about that. How are you doing?
Awesome. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. So I'm just excited for this show. And yeah, let's begin with. So before we dive into the discussion, Violeta, why don't you quickly introduce yourself, your expertise, your background to our audience?
Of course. So I'm a full-time project manager at BizDev Labs, which is a business
Mm-hmm.
developer representative agency. I'm
Mm-hmm.
working with mostly clients in B2B SaaS industry, software as a service. In total, I have 5 years of professional experience. I'm a 5X pivoter from various industries, from marketing, IT, digital marketing. And 4 months ago, I also started my content creator path on LinkedIn. And yeah, I'm super happy about that.
That's awesome. So, as you said, you are working as a full-time project manager, and you started your content creation on LinkedIn. So, how do you manage both? And before getting into that, what inspires you to do so? The first thing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So my main inspiration is was not to build a professional brand on LinkedIn, not to build my personal brand. My main goal was to find like-minded people and professionals on LinkedIn within my industry. So I knew very little project managers in my life. So it was mostly me and my colleagues at my previous works, at my current work, and I was striving for creating some meaningful network connections, for just talking about the latest trends in the industry, talking about the development of artificial intelligence in project management. So I was striving for some more connections, and my first thought was, why don't just go to the LinkedIn and look for people over there, what they're doing. And I found out that it's a really huge source of professionals from various backgrounds and from people that are industry and thought leaders. So I decided, yeah, so I should also start connecting with people, posting things that really interest me about project management, how to build successful career. So that was my first initial thought, that I need to start expose myself to the world of project management and beyond, and starting my also creator path. So, and here I am, like 4 months in a row. I'm posting every week from 3 times a week, from 3 to 5, content about project management, how to break into project management successfully, having zero experience or pivoting from different industries.
That sounds great. So, first thing is very important understanding or, identifying the purpose, So, you have identified this one. Now, can I ask you one thing? Like, during this process, you are working as a full time project manager, and when you identified this as a purpose, so what was the homework you have done to identify this one? Because one thing is very important, what we need to do, understand that one, and what skill set I possess, so that I can showcase that to the market and to build my professional brand, right? So
Mhm.
identifying or laying out the purpose is very much important. So for you, was it easy or was it difficult? What did you do to understand your purpose?
It wasn't easy for sure. because since I had super various, backgrounds and non-traditional background, because I worked, in education, immigration, marketing, IT, it was all of everything. And I needed to realize, okay, what I'm really a subject matter expert at, because I was more of the generalist and I wanted to be
Mhm.
more, have some specific role in some of the industries that interest me. So I started from the thing that I needed to analyze my strength and what are basically my strong sides in what I was doing for the past, 4 or 5 years. So
Mhm.
basically, open the Word document and starting to analyzing, okay, what I like to do, what I don't like to do, what people want me to do more, what they are asking me for, what are my skills. And then I decided that, okay, what skills could be transferable for me? What skills I can basically use and transfer to my project management career? And I
That's
analyzed
great.
that lots of things that I did throughout my various work experience and various projects that I led, I was in a project manager role, but I never had an official title of that. So I
Mhm.
thought that just because I have this, various types of project in my kind of portfolio through various industries and not just having, the title of a project manager, that should never limit myself to apply for the project management roles or position for project coordinator role. So this is how I found my purpose and also analyzed that, okay, I don't need to start from scratch. I can take those transferable skills, translate it into my resume, and start, applying for job or looking for a project manager position in industries that interest me. So it's IT and marketing. So this is how I started, and this is how I found that, goal and purpose, and aligned my previous background and experience to what I'm having now.
That's brilliant. Now, when we look into, like, early 2020s, or early, I would say early, the decade of 21st century, there, what we had, uh, searching a job is based completely based off your educational qualification. Again, the brand university you are into. Now slowly, if we see, I have witnessed, particularly after 2016 to 17, the market has been changed, completely. The focus has been shifted from university or the degree towards the skill set. Then it's all about the skill based industry now. If you have required skills, certainly you can go ahead and apply for the job. That's first thing. Second important thing is, after COVID 2020, 2020 or 2021, we all have witnessed that creating your professional brand will certainly help you in terms of cracking the job. One thing, building your skills and having a strong kind of professional footprint on LinkedIn or all these markets, right?
Yeah.
So what's your thought on why it is important to build a professional brand in LinkedIn, or you say that's one of the brilliant platform we have. So it is important in 2024.
Yeah, thanks for this question, Sunil. So I do agree with your points that after, COVID and after, I don't know, 2016, 17, everything started to change. And my point is that if in 2024, if you're not building your professional brand on LinkedIn, you're missing out. That's for sure. So right now, we all need to focus on building our online presence. Why? Because first thing is that traditional, methods of networking, they're not just like not working that way that they worked in 2010, but they, maybe more outdated. So people often more, having exposed to some online presence, having the webinars, participating in live events, networking and talking with people online, having the online meetings, right? And it's super easy to initiate. You don't need to go somewhere to meet, and you also can meet people from all over the world. You don't need, to, I don't know, attend job fairs and just be, exposed to small amount of people. And also when we having the traditional methods of networking, we just can, what we could do, like exchange the business cards and talk, that elevator pitch about us, and that's it. Basically, it doesn't give the whole picture of who are you as a professional, who are you as a person. So my point, and answering your question why it's important to build a professional brand, is that it gives you more opportunity to connect with even more people in your professional circle. And also, people start associating other people not more with the company brands where they work at, but more with their professional and personal brand. So I don't know, Sunil, if you saw, but lots of people used to have, and maybe now having, on their LinkedIn banner, the name of the company. So what are they having? The name of the company, like Google, Apple, I don't know, any Microsoft. So they are associating themselves with the company where they work at. It's not a bad thing. It's good because they are professional that working full time there. But also nowadays, especially for the last like 2 years, and it's only be elaborating in 2024, people start associating themselves not with the companies, but who are they as the professional. So this is also one of the main reasons why we need associate ourselves with someone beyond our company, because today we work at these companies and tomorrow we don't know, right? So nothing is guaranteed, nothing is promised. So
Correct.
earlier we start building our professional brand, the just easier it will be for you, in your career advancement and your success in what you're doing. So this is the answer for this, for the question why it's important to build.
Correct. That it is so true that nowadays, and after we have all have witnessed late 2020, late 2022, we have
Mhm.
witnessed lacks of rejections, or you say layoffs.
Yes.
Amidst the pandemic situation, people were searching for job, and eventually I would agree on this one that LinkedIn helped a lot. If you have a strong presence, certainly it will help in terms of bringing you jobs and at least the referrals. That the end of the day, that's what matters, right? And as you mentioned, it's not promised or like on a formal paper that your job will be guaranteed or for so and so long, right? So it's all about your hard work. So that's great. Now, when we talk about building this one, we all have a starting point. So being somebody who has interest in terms of building the LinkedIn presence or the professional branding, so where to start? If we go ahead and discuss about the starting point, what are the different tips you have for all of the beginners?
Hmm. So let's separate two things. So what is personal brand and what is professional brand? Because people can confuse
Correct.
times, right? So personal brand, if we imagine a big circle, this is a personal brand. Professional brand is a smaller circle, but inside of this personal brand. So professional brand is a part of a personal brand. Personal brand, it's everything about you and how people think about you, what they associate you with, who are you as the person, what are your beliefs, goals, values, dreams, personal stories you have, right? So this is all about personal brand. Professional brand is what people associate you with in terms of the professional world, so your business identity. For
Correct.
building professional brand, you don't need, to tell, I don't know, stories about your kids or about even your hobbies or about you something that you don't want to expose to the world in the online world. So it's something that you still can leverage and use in order to build your personal and professional brand, but in terms of the business side of that, in terms of the how you expose yourself as a thought leader. So this is something that is our topic right today, how to build exactly the professional brand. And especially since I'm a project manager, I see that it's super crucial and important for people who are either looking for a job or want to differentiate themselves in the competitive market. So the first step that I would do is definitely analyze your profile and being honest to yourself. Okay, what's going on with your profile? Is it up to date? Have you turned on your creator mode? So first things first is to turn on your creator mode and look at the section that we have as like analytics that you can, use and leverage after you start some activities. So second step after turning on your creator mode is check your banner. Make sure it's, it's not like some, I don't know, like a city view or landscape or some beautiful image of something that is not representing you as a person, but we need to focus on something that's, okay, who are you, right? So who you want recruiters, employers, business peers, people to, relate you with and associate you with. So, for example, if I'm a project manager and my favorite niche is, for example, crisis management or change management or risk management, something like the niche that I want to work at. So you can go on Canva and create your banner specifically for that, title, right? So project manager, specialist or expert in, I don't know, like risk management, right? Providing companies or help people, or maximizing the profit of something XYZ. So this is the way you pick also the niche that you want to be a thought leader, and this is how you work around your banner. Then the headline. So people need to understand, especially like recruiters, what are you doing, who are you, what's your core competencies, what's your skills in your headline, and outlining, okay, who are you, what's your title, what you're doing, how you're helping. And then you can even add like posting about, and then XYZ. You can include some skills that you want to post about. And this is like, the compelling headline that will also differentiate you. So not just, project manager at, and then your company. Add something more, because you're more than that. You're more than the title in your company, for sure. So after that, make sure that, okay, there is something as your contact information anywhere. So how people can reach out to you, maybe in the banner or in the contact info. Make sure the email is there, it's updated, and there is all the needed information, right? Maybe your phone number if you want to leave it. As a step number 3, after the headline, for sure, I would go to the about section as one of the most also important one. And tip number 1, not to use, not to talk about yourself in the third form. So not Violetta is an expert at X with that, she has 5 years of experience. No, but I am an expert in X with that, I have 5 years of experience. This is the common mistake that I see across people's profile. And this is like, why are you doing this? Talk about yourself. Why are you talking about yourself in the third person? So don't do that, for sure. In the about section, if we can cover it here in this question, tell a story, tell an interesting story, because industry peers or business people or recruiters, they're also people, they're humans, and they also want to read some interesting story about you. Just don't be like a chat GPT that you have like super robotic things, like it's like you're reading it for 3 minutes and you're already tired. So no one would do that. Use bullet points. Separate the things about you. Tell a story about yourself. Highlight the most successful projects. Don't mention a name, but have some numbers there, right? Show and highlight what are you expert at. Highlight something that you do in your free time, because you're not just professional, right? Maybe you are into, I don't know, basketball, football, or you're
Right.
great at golf, or you just like create content about, I don't know, you have a culinary channel on YouTube. So mention that too, because this is a part of your identity, this is a part of your professional brand and personality. So about section is also very important. And yeah, this is the like first things before any content creation that you need to do when optimizing your profile. And one last thing here is one of the last things is your professional photo. This
Right.
is
Yeah.
crucial. Like, this is mega important to have a really nice, clear, not fuzzy professional photo. Just invest in it like, one time in your life and you're good to go. Because I recently saw a picture, very beautiful picture of a man holding in his hands a big dog. The dog was adorable. honestly. Like it was great, but it's not professional image, right? So this
Right.
image shouldn't be on the, on the LinkedIn. It's great for your Instagram, TikTok, I don't know, any other social media platforms. But on LinkedIn, yes, since it's more than, just a professional networking platform, I know we went far beyond that, but still your photo needs to be professional there, because people are, seeing and looking for you also. So it needs to be, clear headshot, and don't maybe overuse, AI tools, because sometimes it's super, it's clear that you used AI and it doesn't look professional. It's like,
Correct.
okay, you used AI here, and your hands are like, you have 4 fingers there. So yeah, this is like some common tips that I would do, spending, 30 minutes, even like today, spending 30 minutes on that, not more than that, and boom, your profile is like looking differently already. Having banner, clear headshot, compelling about section, headline, and contact information. This is the first easy steps to start building your professional brand.
Yeah. So those are spot on actually. Somebody is looking at your profile and already you have worked on it and optimized it with all of these tips. It'll be like a boom, you know.
Yes, yes.
And you'll see people will definitely realize the difference between what we had in the previous version and after reworking on this one. So it's much important to have a, starting from the banner, your title, your description, your about us, your profile picture, you know and maintaining your all the required fields there.
Mhm.
And as you mentioned, no need to be so chat gpt guy and mentioning everything very automated or robotic, but adding a story will certainly able to connect the dots and connect people, and certainly people will spend some time to read your profile thoroughly you know
Okay.
okay, though we are discussing now the starting points, again somebody who has interest to post either soft skills or their thoughts about, or going ahead and posting some facts or technical content you know so we have lots of verticals. Now how to choose which one should go ahead with? So what sort of homework we should do, that you should understand your particular niche and you can work on that, and that will help you building your confidence, and you can keep on working on that.
Yeah, so my first tip would be work around your interest. So what interests you? What's your niche? Maybe you're passionate about, team leading, and you're a leader by nature and you want to talk about the leadership. Or you are passionate about AI and you want to talk about AI in project management, or something,
Mhm.
some other tips, how to lead meetings effectively. This is a huge topic that I see very little creators do that. So this is like, it's a gap maybe in project management content right now, but yeah, this is something to cover. So talk around that. And then expand your niche a little bit based on the feedback of people and what they are asking for. Maybe they're interested in something more. Maybe they're interested in not just how to lead meetings effectively, but also how to lead, again, the whole project effective, right? What are the phases of that? So elaborate on that. But definitely when you're starting creating some, professional content that will work for you positively and that will impact your brand in a positive way, definitely start with something that interests you, not what are the trends, not what are the topics that are booming right now. No, because you will burn out very quickly. I guarantee you it will take 1 month to just burn out, because you will post something that not interests you. So this is
Right.
very important thing, that you need to work out around something that is your passion. And it could be not even around, for example, project management, program management. It can be even about career or the resumes or the interviews. So something that interests you, or some industry specific trends that you see, for example, PMP certification. Yes, no, why? So something that maybe you experienced before and you can talk from your perspective. So I would definitely start working around your passion. And also, if you want to expose yourself as a professional in some specific industry, for example, you want to be a top leadership voice or top project management voice, I encourage people to participate and contribute into the collaborative articles. that's for sure. And I used to think that, well, it's so easy to do. You just, answer the questions and, you need to do, I don't know, like 10 maybe articles to get that badge. But that's not true. People needs to find your contributions insightful in order to LinkedIn promote you to having that, top leader page, a top project management page. And most of the recruiters know that. So when you're having that page, they definitely know that you're not just, maybe, I don't know, like copying, pasting those answers from somewhere, or just, writing some basic stuff, but other people in this industry
Found it in
also,
inside.
yes, also find that insightful. And not just they should not just like or heart your, the your contribution, but that's another emoji of the insightfulness. So for sure, acquire that top project management voice, or top leadership voice, or top project management voice. So this is also part of building your brand on the LinkedIn, so other people also can see that, okay, so you're an expert or in this industry or field. And yeah, if we're talking about the content creation, if you don't know where to start, you can always to starting from your own experience and something that you experienced before, something you were successful at and now you want to share with other people. So it doesn't need to be, I don't know, some basic boring stuff, LinkedIn article that you just, wrote and you have like 2 likes and you just, desperate about content creation and you just like, you quit. No, just start with yourself, start with your experience, that, okay, how you got into XY that field, what were your pain points, how you overcome this, what was your positive experience about that. So start with that, see the feedback, see some engagement, what people asking you, what people comment on that, and those comments will give you idea for your next post. So this will how it will work for you. So you don't need, before you starting, posting, you don't need 3 months content. You don't need that. So you need for the first, I don't know, like maybe 2 weeks, some idea at least once you want to post. And this is how you can, start and see, okay, what are the reaction, what people comment, what people, talking about that, what you posted. So this is like your starting point. And if I can add here about the something relative to the company posts. So for example, if you're looking for a job, right? So, and you want to build in parallel your professional brand, one of the underrated tips that I highly recommend to do, like, for you as a professional who is, looking for a job on the market, is analyze or pick some top 30 companies that you're really passionate about or you want to work at as a PM or in any other title. Go to the people section, find the people that are relevant to you. Maybe they're also project managers, maybe they're recruiters. Find people who actively posting on LinkedIn and start appearing there under their post in comment section. So here's the tip. You don't ask anything. You don't, like, hey, help me to find a job. Hey, can I have a coffee chat? Like, no, you just, part of the process. You just part of the engagement. You just go and comment on those people posts, showing your, specialty, maybe showing your some insightful, thoughts on it or ideas, and do it actively, like every day or 3 times a week, so people remember you. And when it comes to time, when maybe you see this company post some job that they're looking for a project manager, you can reach out to those people, and they will remember you. Oh, I remember that, girl, boy who like, commented under my posts so frequently, and they were like having the super, insightful comments about that. So, but first you need to show people that you are genuinely interested in that topic, on what they are doing. And this is how you got into introductions, referrals, meaningful coffee chats, and you have something even to discuss with those people because you are familiar with their content. So this is also a very important part when you start engaging with some recruiters or other project managers at your dream company's posts.
So now that's what I call as a brilliant tip. It sounds very easy, but it takes a lot of dedication, and your dedication and spending time or investing time to do so, because you need to do research, you know, to identify, right? And you have to keep up the momentum. It's for, let's say, and you have to apply until you get a reply from them, you know. So once you keep on touch with those recruiters or program managers or the project managers, certainly it will really help. And as you mentioned, we need to identify one thing: everyone has a story, right? So first thing we need to realize that, and once something something interests you, you need to write it on a paper and start understanding, okay, if interest this builds interest on me, how can I go ahead and do that? The first important thing, write it down. And second, if you are good at technical skills, start posting that. And if you able to do that for consistently at least for a month or two, and eventually you will follow the path, you know.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's a great one. You made the point. Now one thing about, you know, when we are discussing about the engagement, you know, so how organically we can go ahead and do that? Because engagement is nothing but something, as you mentioned, you post one article or the collaborative article on LinkedIn, people give reaction to it, it's all, they also read it, it's nothing but one of the appreciation you get from them, right? So
Yes.
how organically we can go ahead and do this one, the engagement part?
Mhm. Engagement part is also one of the most crucial ones, one of the most essential, along with the content creation and posting. So we are not in the times where we, post and ghost, or just, scheduled our post for 3 times a week and never, show up online on the LinkedIn and just expecting, recruiters to come and hire you. So definitely not. Engagement is a big part of that. And a lot of people have the misconception that, oh, I need to spend 3 hours a day on my LinkedIn commenting under other, people's posts or networking. No, you don't need to. So you need 20 minutes of your time in the morning, 20 minutes of your time during the day, where it's like most of the people around the world are active, right, in their time zones. And you can use the time to check what other professionals in your industry post. And this is how you can engage. So engagement, it means that you post, you comment, and you provide some insightful, comments or some realizations about the post or your feedback around that. It's not just congratulations or great post or great job or well said. No, we need to be really deep and focused on what we are commenting. Why? Because every person, employer, future employer, recruiter, other people can go on your page, and under the activity around the posts, there is a section comments, and
Call, yeah.
everyone can check your comments. Everyone can check your comments throughout I don't know, period of 1 year or something. So be mindful of what you're commenting. Provide some industry knowledge, some tech knowledge, some maybe personal stories. So engage mindfully and think about the post itself, and never use any chat gpt to help you comment on the thing. I'm always telling, if you don't know what to say, just say thank you to this person for this insightful post, or thank you for helping us, or thank you for these tips. This is super helpful. I will apply it, I don't know, today, tomorrow. This is the whole comment, and it's more than 2 words. This is how it's easy when you don't know what to
Engaging, yeah.
post. Yeah. So engage a lot. Engagement is also that you're not just, posting your stuff, replying to the comments under your post, and you just leave. No, you also collaborate, engage with other creators, or you engage under other recruiters' posts, or industry peers, project managers that you want to work with. Maybe it's your future, team members. So engage with them under the comment section, like what they're doing, track their successes, congrats on their acquiring some or getting some certifications, and slowly transfer it to the DM, to the direct messages. So if you see something that person, I don't know, had a huge milestone on completing a project, or they got the PMP certification, just transfer that point into the conversation and say simply like, hey, congrats on, your PMP certification. You did a really great job, right? So, and then when again we're not asking for anything, we just engaging, networking with people, and we are super authentic and genuine about that. So this is what really people like, and this is all of us like, right? Some genuine interest in something, and they notice that, right, that I did x y that day. I was a part of the half marathon last Saturday, right? So start with commenting under people posts, then transfer those points into the direct messages, and start building your network. Start building it, no matter who is it. So don't perceive thinking that, okay, so this person might be useful for me in the future because they are working, they know someone. Don't think about that now, because people can feel that okay, you might need something from me because you're too, I don't know, like intrusive in some questions or areas. So that's why just be authentic in what you're doing, ask genuine questions, ask questions about what person really posted, about their insights, provide your opinions, wish good day, and move on. And then maybe week after, come back to that conversation, continue that, because you never know when someone will be a part of the company that you want to work at. So build your connection, engage under the posts of people, and don't spend more than 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes during the day, during your lunch, for example.
Those are again spot on. Understand, engagement is nothing but it's not so robotic. That's the one of the misconception. If you post anything, if you comment anything, that will not get you the engagement. Eventually you have to take time, realize, then reflect on those comments or on the post, and it has to be emotionally connected. Until unless it is empathetic and people able to realize or connect, you won't get that much of engagement. So it's all about the feel or the genuineness you showcase in terms of their posts or the comments or the success. You have to be part of their journey. That's when you will be able to build the relationship or the rapport, and you will build the network. So on the same note, again, how should one approach towards networking? Sending a connection request to you know anyone in the LinkedIn. So what sort of strategies or tips one must follow in order to get introduced with a new person and to add them in your connection list?
Mm-hmm. So there are like two strategies around here. So first strategy is when we following the person and not adding them yet to your connection request, but we are part of their again, network, but in terms of not the connections, but in terms of engagement under their content. So you follow the person and you engage for around, for example, like 1 month actively, and you participate, and they see you in the comment section and see that you are mindful. They always you always like their post, you support them, and you build it genuinely, right? So you do it from your heart. So it's not like you need something. So then people start to remember you, and this is your time to add this person into your to send a connection request and add this person to your network and start the conversation in the DMs. So this is one way. And when you're doing this, you don't even need to add any notes when sending connection requests, because person already saw you in your comments. And if you're not just doing it once, but you're doing it for 2, 3, 4 weeks, they already know you, who are you, what you're providing, what value you provide in the comment section, for example. And they might check your page also. So this is one strategy. When you follow the person, engage with the comment, and after some time you add them. But we also have another approach and strategy. For example, when you want to add some, I don't know, another project manager from your dream company, and they don't post any content. So you don't have this option as in the first strategy, right? But you want to connect with that person, just maybe to gain some insight, or you have some questions about anything, about job description, or just in general about some trends or other questions. So this is the way when you they also could not be in the creator mode, so you can't even follow them. So the only button you have is connect. When connecting with person that you don't know, so never just send a connection request with no note there, so they might decline and you got upset, we don't want that. So what you need to do, you always need to add some note, but don't be, like general, be specific. So first, do the research on their page. Okay, see what maybe their interest or their latest comments or their latest, post if they post, or if they don't post, at least check their comments or find something, you have in common. Maybe one, university you went to, or maybe you have some common connections, or maybe you just like, I don't like their banner, for example, right? You're really, excited about that. So, or check their comments and come back to the add a note thing, when you add the connection to your network, and say that like, hey Anna, I saw your comment under Sunil's post, and I really really love that, because I share also that passion about, I don't know, podcast or something like that, right? So you share that, okay, you did some research, you saw the comment, or you just, interested in the person, so you just, increase your chances that this person will add you. When they adding you, just say, hey, thanks for connection, right? Again, no any questions yet, right? So we start some, slow conversation. We start like warming up that person, right? And we start maybe just, following their content, or they will see that you provide some value to the community via your post, and when they will have you in the connection request, in the connections, they will see your posts right in their feed. So this is how you also create, some genuine and meaningful connections when you're adding people to your network. So when sending the add a note thing, always do the research first, always analyze their profile, and say something positive. Say something that you saw in their profile and you, wow, I really like that. Or I don't know, you like the dog, or you like the recent activity for the, again, maybe they did some, I don't know, some milestone at the gym, or they completed some project, or just you like their comments. So say something positive about that. And yeah, people love that. People like that. And they will, like, chances are more that they will accept that connection request.
Request.
Yeah.
True.
When I receive some connection requests daily, right, and I see that people adding notes, but those notes is around like, hey Violetta, can you help me to find a job? And that's it. Nothing. I never saw them under my post. I never saw them at all. I don't know who are you. I don't even know how I can, help you at this position, because I'm not a recruiter. Yeah, but I can help, in some other ways. But people approach it, using just straightforward questions, nothing more. Even though, like, hey, how are you? Nothing. So people can maybe decline this type of their connection request. So just don't do that. This is like, super super useful tip to check their profile, spend 30 seconds, do some extra effort that other people don't do. But yeah, we are here to learn how we can, elevate our game on the LinkedIn.
Right. So it's no need to go very straightforward. It's all about the customization. Spend some time, identify where you can start the conversation, pick up those points, start your conversation. Eventually, you will come to that point. No worries. And that's why we are building the connection, right? That's the end objective we have in our mind. But how do we nurture our relationship? That's very important. So you start with the customization, you put some good points, then slowly build up the rapport and go ahead with the conversation. That's a brilliant one. Now, LinkedIn is one of the most popular tool for job hunting nowadays. So we have regionally in India, we have some job portals, similarly abroad. However, LinkedIn is one of the globally used job board. Now, how can we effectively use this during our job search? So you have any tips for that?
Yes, of course. So first of all, LinkedIn is not also about, content creation. It's also about the, not also, but the main point is to find a job, right? So its initial purpose and goal. So when you're finding a job, lots of people are, they don't know, should they put the green banner or no? Like, do it however you want. I recommend to put the green banner on, because it also in the for the recruiters, they're using a separate thing within the LinkedIn. It calls recruiter line. So when finding a right candidate, they can sort people, for example, project manager in XY that industry, this country, and they can check mark the green banner. So if you don't have it, you might be, you might miss your role. So I recommend to use it. I used it before when I was looking for a job, so there is nothing scary about that. So when coming back to your question, Sunil, about how to leverage and use some tactics in the job search, it's on a separate thing when you creating and building your professional brand. Another thing is you go to the search on the LinkedIn and you start looking for right position. So always go to the filters. Always go to the filters and try to find some relevant filters that apply to you and that are important to you. So when you find that, you will limit your search, and then you can see that, okay, you see that some people maybe work there and they are in your network. So do not hesitate to reach out to those people. But if you never, I don't know, collaborated with them before or engaged or talked to them before, start with building some connections, start with, commenting on their thing, or just like congratulate on something, or just saying some positive stuff about that before asking, for the referral or asking any questions. But this is the goal. Those people who work at the companies that you're aiming to apply, or you see that, okay, this position is interesting for me. So go to their profiles and ask some questions that also important to you. So initiate the conversations with them, or even ask about their maybe job description that you see something interesting, right? Or maybe ask for their advice. So that's why building connections first before your job search is super important. So this is how you can build that. So it's all coming from one. So you build your professional brand, you grow your network, grow your connections, and you finding a job, right? So you're searching for it and you see that some of the connections work there. So in the filter section, make sure that you use right filters there. You connect with the people that work there. You send some positive stuff about I don't know, job description or something about their page. So something that will attract their attention, and they might help you. They're not supposed to, but they might help you if you proceeded in such positive way about that. So this is the tip number one in the job search. Also, you can use and ask for some referrals, maybe, if you can connect with people that you never met before within those company. If you go to people section under the company page and you see something stand out for you and something is someone is interesting, again, go to their profile, send a connection request, add a note to your to your message, start
Yes.
conversation there. And this is how you can use the LinkedIn to get even the referral online. So you don't need even to meet the person on some, I don't know, networking events or some job fairs. So just through the LinkedIn. And this is how you can use it effectively. And also that person, what they're going to do, they will click on your profile and they will see, wow, this person is really building their brand in, I don't know, leadership, or in, I don't know, like risk management as a project manager, and they're such an authority or thought leaders. And this is interesting, like they might be interesting for our company too. So this is how we start building that. This is how we nurture those relationships and connections with people. And this is how it can lead to some referrals. But definitely, this is a long-term game. This is a long-term game. So the earlier you start building that, so don't wait when you're on the horizon of looking for a job. Start now, whatever position you have, even having the most amazing job title or responsibilities in the world. But we never know what can happen tomorrow. There are lots of layoffs right now, especially in the IT sector. So that's why start now building your brand and using then your brand when searching for a job. And you're not just talking about it, you're showing it on your profile, but by some contributions or some content or some featured articles or posts on your profile under the featured section. You're showing the person who you're talking with that yes, you're genuinely interested in this topic, industry, or something about you saw in the job description. So this is how I would definitely approach and using those connections when looking for a job.
So the first step is start now. Don't wait for the right time. If you start, eventually it's the right time, because you started it, and work on it. Be consistent. And as we discuss about the job hunting process, it's all about optimizing your profile, because once you optimize, your profile is ready to go to the market. And when you reach out to the recruiters, eventually they'll come up to your profile and see what are the skills that you have, how about your about page and description and everything. So start building your profile now, and slowly and step by step you go ahead and reach out that. But the best time, if you ask, that's now, right?
Yes, yes,
So
sure. Great summary, Sunil.
yeah, so we have discussed starting from how to build your LinkedIn profile, optimizing your profiles from your banners, adding the appropriate banner, your professional photo, and the headline and your summary, adding relevant skills, then slowly reaching out to the right people. And with the emotion, it's not some automation and robotic messages, but try to customize why you would like to reach out to them, and what made you to reach out to them, what interest kind of you built, and that will help eventually. So this is a brilliant discussion, Violeta. We have learned a lot. Now I think we are approaching the time. So given this, let's move something off topic from this, and we would like to understand Violeta in a better way now. So I'm curious to understand one thing. Uh, what piece of advice you wish you could give your younger self?
Okay, if I could give one piece of advice to my younger self, it's definitely, start as soon as possible your LinkedIn game. Seriously, start as soon as possible. So I don't regret anything that I started it, 4 months ago. But for sure, if you are a student or if you don't have even any experience or if you're at the position that you're doubting, don't doubt, start. Why? Because I had one negative belief that I should only post on the LinkedIn when I'm, I don't know, like 40 years old, 50 years old, a super high professional vice president of, XYZ company, having 100 projects on my portfolio, doing some, I don't know, like TED Talks or something. So I thought that LinkedIn is all only for people who have like, super high achievements and results. But LinkedIn is about people who also sharing the story along the way. And this is the biggest thing that attract. So I'm still, in the process of building my career, my content creator, path. So I'm in the process and I'm sharing also my learnings and something that I experienced along the way on the LinkedIn. And this is the huge benefit for me, So I learned something, I shared, I gave some, conclusions, I asked people what they think, I engaged with others. So don't think that you should start when you're doing your career X with that. When you get to Google, you start posting. No, You never start because you have some other things coming your way, maybe building a family or getting some goals for your next job. So something always will be on your way. So start now, thank yourself later. You would never regret starting your online, building your online presence, building your professional brand and personal brand on LinkedIn. So this is one of the advice I would give to myself. Like, don't wait for an ideal moment. There is no ideal moment. There's everything, something in our life that will stop us from doing that because X, Y, that. So this is one of the advice definitely that I would give to everyone.
That's important. And also, I personally believe there's no good time. So if you start today, it's the right time. Otherwise, you need to make it happen. There's the two ways itself. You start it and make it happen. Otherwise, time will not come. You will keep on waiting, because when you grow up, responsibilities comes along the way. And as you mentioned, people may go for, once they settled in, and they'll look for financial stability. Once that is done, they may think about the family, and
Mhm.
the security and other stuff. So things will come on your way, but only thing is there, you start today, work on it slowly. But it's not, you no need to work aggressively, but keep good momentum. Slowly you gear it up. That's brilliant. So the other one, if you could wish to switch your career, what sort of job role it will be, and you would try, or why?
For me personally, right? What job would I select maybe in the future? Okay, so since I'm still, in figuring out everything in myself, like you don't need to figure it out everything in your 20s. So I'm a Gen Z project manager and content creator. So I'm still, figuring out things in life, and I do not hesitate to talk about that again because we are all human, we are all people, we all learn every day. So I would say definitely that I, aligned on my strengths, that I love to help people. I love to engage with people. I love to see when people succeed in their goals and aspirations. So maybe combining with my, full-time project management job right now, I would also consider maybe other paths in the future of the, coaching people to building careers and not just having jobs. This is what my banner says, that I help people building careers and not just having jobs. So because previously I had jobs and I hadn't realized that I need to build a long lasting career in my life. So yeah, maybe something in coaching, and also for sure doing what I love. I love create content. I love engage with other people. I love to provide value. So this is definitely something that I will continue to do. And yeah, I see some results in that. Maybe I'm not every day 100% on the LinkedIn, but I'm for sure present, and I'm for sure make sure that I spend at least like 20 minutes, because it's 20 minutes towards me. If you can find 8 hours in your day to work for someone, you can definitely find 20 minutes or 1 hour to work for yourself and for your
Oh,
future.
correct. Yeah. And that same applies for your self improvement as well. If you're planning to navigate to some other careers, you have to spend some time on yourself, on your personal development, and that's how you'll be growing in the career ladder. That's great. So if you could travel anywhere in the world now, so which place it would be and why?
Well, I just came back from vacation, so I don't have any other countries in my mind right now, to be honest. Um, but I would say that if I can travel right now, I would travel right now to my home country, which is Ukraine, where there is like no war. It's a peaceful country, I wish. So this would be one place where I could travel, and just, in I don't know, see my family and see some relatives that are there, see my friends. So that would be one country, because I don't know, like all other countries, I've traveled a lot in my early 20s too. So yeah, but I would say that it's, peaceful Ukraine.
That's awesome. Yeah. So if you had to describe yourself using a movie name, what it would be?
Um, if I can describe myself, I would say that That's a really good question. It's always because I'm like, who am I? Like, I am a project manager. I'm a woman. I'm a content creator. I'm a daughter. I'm a partner. So I'm like, who am I? But I really love one phrase that can also describe me. It's you can radiate warmth and glow, but someone may not like you because they're used to rain. So this is something that I also can apply to myself. I will always radiate that warmth and glow no matter what, even if other people can, like rain. So this is something that I would describe myself, that I'm super, persistent on my goals. And I just love, people to help and see how they grow in their careers and how they build successful careers and how they are also genuine into that. And yeah, this is like my little description.
That's a great one. That's a great one. So, if you could have any superpower, how would you use it, or what it would be, and how would you use it?
Um, well, superpower. That's a good question. Let me think about that. If I can have a superpower, I definitely don't want to, move to the past. Or can, like, travel between the past and the future, because everything that I did, I think it led me to where I'm now. So definitely not that. But maybe if I can have one superpower, I would use it towards preventing some, serious problem in the life, a serious problem between the, so for example, preventing some illnesses, or preventing some wars, or stopping that. So I would definitely use it towards other people, helping them to, not to live their successful and fulfilling life, and not to fighting with some of the, I don't know, illnesses or some health issues, or living in the place where it's not safe in the world. So definitely I would use it as my, power skill or superpower.
That's so, visionary talk. It's appreciable. You know. Okay, I think it's over 2 minutes now. We will we'll go ahead and conclude this one. So we discussed about everything that you must know about your LinkedIn profile, and how would you optimize this one? How can you reach out to person and build your network, and how would you use LinkedIn effectively during your job search? You know, LinkedIn nowadays is one of the most popular job board, and it's one of the brilliant platform where you can reach out to people and build your network eventually, which will help you to build your professional as well as your personal brand. So this podcast, we have a lot of tips that's shared by the expert Violeta, and please watch this one, and next week again we'll meet with another episode and with a new guest. So thanks, Violeta, for your time. Really appreciable. It was a healthy and fruitful discussion. We covered a lot of points, and genuinely, there are a lot of things to take notes and apply to enhance our LinkedIn profile. Personally, I'll be I'll be taking few notes from here. I'll start on working on my profile now.
Amazing.
So
Thank you
thanks
so
for your
much.
time.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for having me here. And I really enjoyed our conversation and discussion here. This 1 hour felt for me like 10 minutes. So, yeah, thank you so much. And one call to action to everyone who will watch this episode is to spend that 20-30 minutes of your time today, tomorrow, revamping your profile. Starting from that, change your banner, change your headline, think about your photo. Is it enough professional? Go to about section, start write a story about yourself, and this would be your first step that you can, building your professional brand.
And on top of that, start today. There's no good time. There's no better time. You start it today. Eventually, things will fall on your way. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. With that note, let's close this. So thanks everyone for your time, and talk to you later again tomorrow. Bye
Thank
now.
you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.